Hey guys, before I start this review, I need to start with a confession. As you know, as you can see, I am a geek, but I've never read a Guardians of the Galaxy comic book. In fact, until this movie was announced, I'd never even fucking heard of them. Okay, so let's start with the story. Well, if we're being honest, there really isn't much of one. There's this orb, this powerful orb, the characters are all fighting over it, and that really is pretty much it. This is more about the Guardians of the Galaxy, the characters. So it's a good job, they're fucking awesome. Peter Quill, Star-Lord. He's funny, he's charming, kicks ass. Chris Pratt does a great job. He's a fantastic lead. I really can't wait to see what he does in Jurassic World. Gamora, played by Zoe Saldana. She's a badass, just like all the Guardians. She's got a great backstory, and she's also super hot. I haven't wanted to fuck a green person this much since I watched Shrek 2. I was blown away and very happy to see Dave Bautista do such a great job as Drax the Destroyer. He's a wrestler, so we all knew he could kick ass. But what we didn't know, or at least I didn't know, is he can fucking act. And not only can he act, he's really funny. Just like all the Guardians, he's given his share of the laughs, and he fucking nails it. He did a great job. Groot, voiced by Vin Diesel, easily the most innocent and lovable of the Guardians. Now, I loved him so much, it made me want to be a tree, which I know would never happen. Rocket the Raccoon, voiced by Bradley Cooper. The character is easily my favourite of the bunch, but when I saw the trailer, I wasn't sold on the voice. It didn't sound right to me. But in the movie, the voice is perfect, and yet the character fucking rocks. Everyone is gonna love this raccoon. A talking tree and a talking raccoon that carries a big fucking gun. It's ridiculous, but at no point did I ever question it. That's very impressive to pull off. The soundtrack is 100% awesome. I'm definitely buying it. Now, as it's a nice mix of songs from the 70s and 80s, it helps the movie stand out and feel more unique. Tremors, X-Men First Class, JFK, Friday the 13th. Kevin Bacon is a hero. Let's talk about the CGI. Now, Groot and Rocket look really good. Not quite Dawn of the Planet of the Apes good, but still really good. Also, the movie has a nice mix of CGI and practical effects. I really liked that. But a small complaint of mine is some of the CGI, just a few of the shots, could have looked a bit better. A complaint I have with a lot of the Marvel movies is that the villains are never that interesting or have much of a motive, with the exception of Loki. Now, unfortunately, that is the case here. The actors do a good job and they look cool, but they're really not given that much to do. The action scenes are fine, and it does have a few fun and creative moments, but for the most part, it's your standard Marvel action. There's also a fair bit of quick cuts in the fight scenes, and I fucking hate that. Give me the raid any day. Again, like all Marvel movies, there is a lot of comedy here. It could almost be sold as a comedy, but it is very funny. Very funny. I honestly don't remember a single joke not making me laugh or at least smile. I saw this in 2D, but the visuals were so good and fun, and I enjoyed the movie so much, I do plan to see it again in 3D. So where does this rank in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? For me, at the very bottom, you've got The Incredible Hulk and Iron Man 2. They're my least favourites. At the top, you've got The Avengers, the original Iron Man, and Captain America the Winter Soldier. Now, all the other movies are all kind of lumped together in the middle. I enjoy them very much, but I wouldn't consider any of them to be great. Good, but not great. Now, where does Guardians of the Galaxy fit? For me, it's right up there with those other few movies. I enjoyed it more than Captain America the Winter Soldier, but still not quite as much as Iron Man and the Avengers. But hey, that's just my opinion. Of course, there is a scene at the very end of the credits. Now, it's nothing to get too excited about. It doesn't set up the Avengers 2 or anything like that, but it is a lot of fun, especially if you're a long-time fan of the Marvel Comics. Okay, so final verdict. I had a blast with this. I really did. It's one of my favourite movies of the summer. But I will warn you, you might want to lower your expectations a tiny bit. I've seen some people say it's the best Marvel movie, it's the best movie of the year or of the summer. For me, it's good, but it's not quite that good. It does have a rating of 90% on Rotten Tomatoes, and yeah, for me, that's a little too high. I've been a big fan of the writer-director James Gunn for a very long time. Romeo and Juliet, Sliver, Super, he wrote the Dawn of the Dead remake. He also did a web series called PG Porn, which is fucking hysterical. Check that out if you haven't seen it already. Now, it makes me very happy to say that Guardians is very much a Marvel movie, but it's also very much a James Gunn movie, and I couldn't be happier for that. I can't wait to see what he does next. The sequel has already been announced for July 28th, 2017. Now, this movie looks like it's going to make a lot of money, possibly the biggest opening weekend of the year so far. So yeah, it's a success. The sequel's only going to make more. Fucking bring it on. So that's the end of the review. Thanks for watching, guys. Now, if you weren't sure about this movie, trust me, it's worth every penny. It's a blast. You will love it. Now, until I see you next time, take care.